This is April Lawson, and I'm here for Intellectual Radio. I'm standing outside of the NBC Tower in Chicago, and right now there is a rally for Treyvon Martin. And if you haven't been following the news lately, this is the 17-year-old young man who was shot to death earlier this month. It's been an incredible turnout. Lots of people have galvanized and mobilized all their efforts. They started out marching at the ABC 7 studios on State Street, walked over to Millennium Park, stood at the Bean, and now they've converged here. So many different people have just come out, and as they were walking, people joined as they were going. They were wearing their hoodies, and they're also carrying Skittles, because that is what Treyvon Martin had when he was walking. So you heard about this, and why are you out here?
There is no need for further investigation. This is an out-and-out murder. 911 tapes have evidenced that. This man has psychological problems. He's had issues before. Why is his arrest an issue? His arrest should not be an issue. It should now be up to his attorney to try to prove that he didn't do this, but arresting him should never be an issue. This man should be in jail, incarcerated. He should never have been allowed to leave the scene with an assault weapon. A 9mm gun is an assault weapon. How are you allowed in the United States to legally carry an assault weapon, approach someone that you don't know, criticize them for being who they are, chase them down, and while they're screaming for their lives, and shoot them like a dog?
And the man, you know, he wasn't even, he's not even, he's not an authority.
He appointed himself. Mm-hmm. This man has psychological issues. His father is a judge. His mother has worked for the court system. He has had an expunged assault on police officers. Who can expunge an assault on police officers? Somebody's
an inside job. Someone's had to stick up.
Stop protecting this man. Yeah. Stop protecting this man. Arrest this man. This was a murder. There is nothing else to discuss. This was a murder. It has nothing to do with black, white, anything like that. Anybody that murders somebody should be prosecuted for the crime. Why are we still talking about arresting this man? I would not be out here today if this man had been arrested.
Okay, now did you hear that earlier today, Geraldo Rivera.
We would not discuss his name.
Right.
He's an idiot.
Did you hear what he said?
He's an idiot, and
he said that the child,
his son admonished him for this. When your own children have to look to you and tell you that you're stupid, you're stupid.
Okay, but do you remember what he said? Repeat what he said. You got to hear this.
He said that the hoodie was partially at fault.
And look, Treyvon shouldn't have had on that hoodie.
My nephews wear them. I have to admonish them for wearing them inside of restaurants and things like that. We have to train our children on how to appropriately conduct themselves. But do they deserve to be harassed?
Those are the old Mr. Charlie laws. Okay, and nobody else has to go by those laws.
Do they deserve to be harassed?
So there's no law in the books to me that says you can't wear a hoodie or whatever you want.
Do you deserve to be killed for it?
Thank you.
No.
I understand.
He had a right to walk wherever he wanted to walk. This young man was probably more in fear of this man approaching him.
They played it in the tapes. You could hear a gunshot in the tapes, and you could hear him.
You could hear that baby screaming in the tapes. You can hear
that
baby screaming in the tapes. This is somebody's child.
Right.
His mother has to go to sleep every night listening to how her son was hunted down. This should not be allowed.
I agree, and in my opinion, it's very much in a sense like a modern day lynching, because when you can walk away and not be prosecuted.
We have so many laws now that were different than Emmett Till days. We have so many laws.
We do, but if it's the same result, how far have we come?
Here's the thing. I don't know if you know, I looked it up on the internet, and Illinois is a stand your ground state. Illinois, where we're standing in right now, is a stand your ground state. Basically, stand your ground means open season. You approaching me in the fashion that you did, I could have felt offended and felt like my life
And you could have shot me.
And I could have shot you.
Me and my...
It's a stand your ground state.
Right.
This law needs to be...
But you couldn't have done that in Chicago because the gun laws here are totally different.
I don't know where in the world you can carry an assault weapon, which this young man was shot with, and that not be different. It's an assault weapon.
Yeah.
An AK, this weapon that he used is an assault weapon. Why? What we're going to have to do, and I wrote a letter to the governor and to the city, and I told them I'm taking my grandson to Orlando Disney World for his spring break. If I could have gotten a refund on my tickets, or I could have gotten a refund on the hotel, I would have hit him in the pockets. Because you're going to economically, if you shut down Disney World for about a month to let these people know that this something will happen.
Now you're talking.
I'll
sign that
petition
petition
on Wednesday.
Yes.
I mailed my own personal letter. If I could have got a refund on any of my stuff, I would have. I do not want to patronize a state or a city that would let something like this go down. This cannot be happening in 2012. It cannot be happening in 2012.
In the so-called post-racial era. And what is your name, ma'am?
Deshawn Grant.
Deshawn Grant, thank you for all of your lively enthusiasm with this.
Thank you.
I'm April Lawson, and this is Intellectual Radio.